Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is presented by Progressive. Last night's opener against the Marlins, no day at the beach for the Diamondbacks. So now we're back at it today, game 2 of this series from Miami on D-Backs TV. And good afternoon from Lone Depot Park. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthium and Tom Candiotti here with you. Rough one last night, but there were some bright spots, Candy, beginning with Geraldo Perdomo, who was on base 5 times in last night's game. And over the last week or so, he really does seem to be getting back on track.
He really does, and it's really a good thing to see, too, because one thing that Perdomo's doing right now, he's taking very, very patient at bats. He's seeing the ball, he's letting the ball travel a little bit, he's getting deep in counts. This is the same guy that we saw all last year, and it's getting back to form right now.
Fouling off 2 strike pitches, extending the at-bats, taking the base on balls, 10 hits in his last 7 games on base all night last night. As far as tonight's starting pitchers go, your Progressive player profile, Ryan Nelson against Ryan Gusto for the Marlins.
Yeah, Nelly's really kind of coming into his own. Had a really good outing against the Rockies, had a really good outing against the Dodgers. I think he's right where he wants to be right now. Power pitcher, he's got a slider if he wants to get a strikeout. And Gusto, we're not quite sure. We know he's a strike thrower. He's got an assortment of pitches, so we'll have to try to figure this guy out.
Yeah, Gusto still looking for his first win this year. Nelly's been excellent at 2.89 ERA in his last 7 starts. He's been terrific ever since May the 1st, and he's the subject of our Bet365 feature tonight. We'll take a break for now. More from Miami is on the way. Jody Jackson will join us. She'll have a look at the lineups as we continue to try to slug it out with these surprising Miami Marlins. First pitch is coming up next after this short break on D-Backs TV.
D-Backs.com.
Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance, a grand slam for your budget. Visit Progressive.com. By Jeep, hurry in for the Jeep Declaration of Deals. Jeep, there's only one. By Shamrock Farms, Arizona's hometown dairy. And by YRefi. Do you need relief from private student loan debt? Go to YRefi.com. Welcome back to Lone Depot Park here in Miami. And yeah, made my way all the way out here, 400 feet from home plate, second deck. And this is where Corbin Carroll has become accustomed to depositing baseballs. We saw it last night. He's got 4 homers in his last 7 games, the result of a mechanical tweak, he told me. And hey, we think it's pretty cool that he hit one way up here, and so does Corbin.
The second deck's, a little closer here, so I feel like they look like they go further, which, I mean, it's fun.
Well, it's not the first time. Last April, Corbin hits this one deep, part of a 5 RBI day en route to a win. And then last night, another first inning home run for Corbin Carroll off of Max Meyer. He's a tough customer, but for Corbin, got it done. Another home run. And again, of course, he is back in there. He's been on a tear lately. Ketel Marte had a big night, 3 for 5. The one change for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Alou James Gruber off tonight. He'll be off the bench, and Ildemaro Vargas is feeling healthy again, and he will be over there at first base. Ryan Nelson is on the mound. Then for the Miami Marlins, Otto Lopez raised his average to 341 last night after going 3 for 5 with 4 runs scored. As we head to break, first pitch just around the corner as the Diamondbacks look to bounce back in a big way here tonight in Miami.
Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you by Progressive Insurance, a grand slam for your budget. Visit Progressive.com. By Chaz Roberts, serving you since 42. By Talking Stick Resort, Playcation is back. Stay and play with rates as low as $129. By Trajan Wealth, enjoy life today without worrying about tomorrow. And by Sanderson Ford, for the best play on a new vehicle, choose Sanderson Ford.
We are back from Miami. The Diamondbacks, after sweeping the Giants in San Francisco on a previous road trip, got up to 7 games over 500. That was the high point, but it's been rough sledding ever since, Candy. They've lost 8 of their last 11, including the opener here last night in Miami.
Yeah, you never like to lose the opening game of a series. That really stings, but you still have a chance to win the series, and that's the goal right now. Got to win tonight, win tomorrow, and then take it on into Cincinnati.
Well, they're up against Miami right-hander Ryan Gusto, just recalled for the minors last week, his second stint on the big league roster this year.
Yeah, big, tall kid, throws the ball hard. Really has a fastball cutter combination that he really relies on. And one of the things that he's been throughout his career here is very good command, very good at throwing strikes. Doesn't walk a lot of guys, so get ready to get a good pitch to hit.
He's spent most of this season with their AAA club in Jacksonville. Let's get a look around the diamond now at Miami defensively. Xavier Edwards at second base.
Xavier Edwards, I mean, we talked about him offensively a little bit, but really, really good defender. Last year was a finalist in the Gold Glove Award over at second base. And that double play combination with him and Lopez, really spectacular. These guys are up and comers.
Ramon De Jesus, our plate umpire, back there calling balls and strikes. Ketel Marte, coming off a big night last night, set to lead it off. Second of 3 here from Lone Depot Park in South Florida. Marte, 253 and 11 home runs.
Nobody has any at-bats against this guy, so you really have to kind of be a little patient first, try to get a good pitch to hit. That's really not the way Ketel goes about things, but you got to see some pitches.
Gusto, as you said, a big guy out there, 6'4", 232 pounds. He's pitched well at AAA this year, 4-2 in 10 appearances, 7 starts. The ERA is under 4 at Jacksonville. Fastball's there for a strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryan Gusto out of Charlotte, North Carolina, an 11th round pick by Houston in the 2019 draft on a Florida Southwestern state. Came here at the trade deadline last year. Marte smacks that one down the line, but fouled it out of play. Boy, that thing crashed into something down there.
It really did. That was a sweeper, and he let it have it. Said, get out of here.
You could hear it clang into some piece of metal from way up here.
Look at this ball just go. Just, you see the hook on it. And watch where it hits.
Right in the team store.
Duck.
You better. Everybody's okay, fortunately. 2-2 now on Ketel. And the changeup gets him. That's the first out for Gusto.
Boy, really threw a good changeup that time. Over the top, right off the table.
Candy, let's get your keys to the game for this one. It's provided by Jeep.
I think the biggest thing here is let's get some early inning effectiveness out of Nelly. That really lets the offense kind of like casually get into the game and score early. Let's win the first 3 innings and go out there and give Nelly a lead and play a little bit of downhill baseball, which Torrey loves to do.
It was Corbin Carroll, the second batter of the game last night, that hit the early home run up to the upper deck where Jody Jackson was earlier. And the curveball lands for strike 1. Corbin now with 11 home runs. That .930 OPS, good for 4th in the National League.
That's a really impressive number. Of course, he's hitting with slug, and he turns singles into doubles, so that number keeps going up.
Curveball is strike 2. Yeah, this is a good ballpark for Corbin. It's a big outfield out there. Launched a home run into that upper deck his first time up. He's homered now in each of his last 2 games and 4 of his last 7.
Right now, he's on fire with the long ball, as is Gabby.
Yeah, they both have homered. They both have homered in each of the last 2 games. Moreno on deck behind him. Good take right there. Won't bite on that changeup. This ballpark, as Jody showed us earlier, has been generous with Corbin. He's played 10 games here. He's got 4 home runs and 12 RBIs. A lot of room out there for extra base hits.
Big, spacious.
Another good take. The cutter just missed, and it's full 3-2.
I said he's a strike thrower. Gusto is. He's been right around the plate here on Corbin with some nice takes.
Giving him the curveball, the changeup. That was the cut fastball right there. Now the 3-2. And Corbin lines it into right of base hit. He's on board again in his first at bat.
He was not fooled by that curveball. I mean, you used to be able to drop a 3-2 curve in there, maybe get a swing and miss, but not with Corbin. This ball was right there, bottom of the zone, and he just whacked it to right field.
Candy, this is 109 miles an hour off the bat.
Everything he hits is hard.
He's on a roll, starting to heat up. Here's Gabby now. That's third again tonight.
Just watching Corbin take his lead. It looks like he's on his toes, like he's thinking about running right now.
Well, remember, Joe Mack, the rookie catcher, who's been so impressive defensively, is not back there tonight. It's Liam Hicks, who was the DH in last night's game. Those are the two catchers in the Marlins roster. So you might want to take advantage of Mack not being in the starting lineup because he has shown himself to be an excellent defender and thrower from behind the plate.
Yeah, take advantage of it.
0-2 on Gabby, who's homered in each of his previous 2 games. He's never homered in 3 straight. His home run here last night, way out to left field, his 5th of the year.
Yeah, D-backs had some length on their home runs last night.
Yeah, right as we were busy telling people this is not home run hitters ballpark.
Yeah, the balls are going into second deck.
This was Gabby last night out by the Budweiser Promenade area above the bars and the bullpens out there.
Oh, did you see that upper body lean? That's how he gets that high trajectory.
And the choreography with Ildemaro Vargas. 0-2 on Moreno, just underway from South Florida. Corbin inching off first. He's going to stay put for now. Moreno hits it up the middle, and that rolls into center. Good read by Corbin. He'll get third easily. And they're on the corners now for Nolan Arenado.
Normally we see Gabby go the other way up through the right side between first base and second base. This time he hits up the middle of the field. It squirts through, and of course Corbin sees that all the way, and he gets to third base easily.
You know, we talked with Torey Lovullo, Candy. These two are the best of friends, Corbin Carroll and Gabriel Moreno. They're kind of partners in crime, Batman and Robin, whatever you want to call it. But I like them batting next to each other in the lineup. It has a little extra mojo.
I think it's really elevated Gabby.
Yeah, you're right.
He really loves hitting in that 3 spot.
Chance for Nolan here. Arenado last night singled. He's hit by a pitch. Teams continue to pitch him up and in with hard stuff to try to back him off the plate.
Nolan likes to be able to cover that outside corner, and that's why pitchers do that. They try to keep him honest.
Gusto's been doing a good job of getting ahead of the count, throwing first pitch strikes. And it's 0-2 on Arenado.
Yeah, all the stuff that I read on Gusto, he's been a very good strike thrower. So he's going to be around the dish. Jam shot, that 2-seamer inside.
Sinker running into the right-hand batter. He's shown it to him twice now. Everything on Nolan is up and in. That one right on the hands.
I will say one thing with Nolan, though. He stays stubborn in his approach. He's still going to take that outside corner and try to drive the ball if you go out there.
He's built up some equity over the years for sure. This popped straight up, coming back here.
That's a pitch I think Nolan would like to have back. That was a fastball just almost in the middle of the plate. Had a pitch and just fouled it off.
Key for Torey Lovullo against this Marlins pitching staff. He told us today, get out of chase mode in this series. The Miami pitchers rely on chase. Got to get super stubborn up there. Changeup sailed in. Got to eliminate the chase against these guys. They're out there looking for it.
And that's really the one reason why we've seen the emergence of Perdomo once again. Being able to not chase balls, work the count to get a good pitch to hit.
Had Jerry walked 3 times in last night's game. 1-2 is up high. There's that sinker again. He really wants to feed Arenado that 2-seam. That one was well above the belt.
A lot of times in the pitcher's mind, once you go up and in with that sinker, then all of a sudden you're looking at the outside third. You're going to try to probably cut it out there and try to put him away there.
Yep, tried to sweep it. Nolan got a piece to stay alive. He's battling now. Pitch number 8 in this at bat coming up.
that's a good example of spoiling a pitch. That was a tough pitch to hit.
And how Nolan can cover that part of the plate, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, even despite them coming inside, he stays stubborn in his approach and still willing to go out there and take a breaking ball and hit it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Gusto will disengage. Corbin Carroll at third. Gabriel Moreno's at first with a 1 out. Just underway from Lone Depot Park.
Good opportunity here for the D-backs to get on the board.
And slider in the dirt. Hicks keeps it in front. And Arenado has really labored here. He's run the count full. The 9th pitch coming up.
Yeah, 22 pitches thrown already.
Yeah.
They're taxing him a little bit. You got Pavin Smith on deck.
Pavin the DH again today.
Big hole in that right side of the infield, but I think if Nolan gets his pitch, he's looking for some slug right here.
He's throwing him the sinker, the curveball, the 4-seam, the sweeper, the slider. He's thrown every club in the bag up there.
Throw it all out there.
And he still can't put Arenado away. So now we'll work on 3 and 2. And keep going. Straight heat that time.
Straight heat. That 4-seamer right there for him. A little bit high.
Again, eliminate the chase. That's been the motto. They're looking for chase.
Now, even though that ball was above the strike zone, that's a very hittable ball.
Well, for him, yeah, for sure. Pitch number 10 in this at bat. On the way.
What an at bat he's got going on.
Big lead. This is so great, Candy, when you can get an at bat like this against an opposing pitcher in the first inning.
Just wearing him down. And, and these guys, as we said, they have not had any history with Gusto at all. So they're not really familiar with him, and they're doing such a great job right now of seeing pitches and spoiling them.
And he wore him down with a sweeper, an 11-pitch at bat. And Gusto gets his 2nd strikeout.
Well, it was a really good at bat by Nolan. Unfortunately, he ended up swinging and missing that sweeper. Watch the location. It wasn't one of his better ones either. He threw it a little bit inside.
Y Refi gives us the slow-mo look. A chance for Pavin Smith. 2-1 and 2 out. Pavin the DH trying to get it going. Coming off that elbow surgery in the middle of April. Corbin's at third. Gabby's at first with 2 outs. First pitch changeup is a swing and miss. Pavin had hits in each of the last 2 games against Washington over the weekend. He went 0 for 4 with a walk last night.
Need a big 2-out RBI now. Hitting with runners in score position are just key. You want to really pick up Arenado. Need that base knock.
Curveball punch foul, and it's 0-2.
I think Pavin's got to know too that around the league everybody is throwing him off speed pitches. Variety of different breaking pitches, change ups.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think they see that he's pretty good at hitting fastballs, and so they're going to attack him with off speed and spin and try to throw it down.
Hicks sets up away here. Well, he missed out over the plate, but it worked out. 96 is strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Gusto. And he strands 2. Ryan Nelson coming up from Miami.
And is completely confidential.
We are back from South Florida on D-backs TV. Steve Brisson, Tom Candiotti, Jody Jackson along the way. Your Y-Refi starting pitcher stats for the right-hander Ryan Nelson. 2 and 4 in 13 starts.
Yeah, I mean, Nelly's really been working deep into games, and he's doing it fairly consistently now. And he's a power pitcher, really a slider. He's really emerging to me where he's able to get some strikeouts with it. But when we talk about fastball command, his fastball command is at the top of the zone and above, and that's where he needs to be effective.
Catcher Liam Hicks, who was the leadoff man as the DH for the Marlins last night, leads off again tonight from behind the plate. He's number 1 on the Miami roster in home runs and RBIs. Hicks had an RBI double, scored as the leadoff batter last night, 261. His RBI total ties him for 5th most in the National League. And the thing about Hicks is he's not the only power source on this roster, but they're not a home run hitting team per se. He's got a dozen home runs, and that total is twice as many as anyone else on the club.
I mean, you think of this club, you think of the guys that are, you know, base hits machines and steal and hitting runs and all that stuff, and then you got a couple guys that maybe one guy that can just launch.
And he's at the top of the lineup. The cutter's fouled away, and it's 1-2.
Let's see if Nelly goes right upstairs above the strike zone. Get him the chase there.
That's where he lives, that top bar and above with upper 90s heat. I tried the curveball. Ryan Nelson against the Dodgers last week did not allow a hit over the first 4 innings. He had a great start and made it through those first 4 innings on only 43 pitches. He's at times this year been extremely efficient getting some soft contact. And pitching deep into his starts. Fastball missed. It's full 3-2.
The last 2 pitches, the breaking ball down in the dirt, that one down and away. So used to seeing him go up in the zone.
Well, teams have been very aggressive against him early in counts, looking for that heater up. And Hicks is on that one. Rolls it into right center, a leadoff single. As we get a look around the diamond at the D-back defense tonight, that's provided by CarShield.
Let's take a look at Geraldo Perdomo. Despite him hitting .455 in his last 7 games, or having a .975 OPS in that span, he saved 3 defensive runs this year. You know, so he's playing, his shortstop play is getting better, and his offense is getting better. They're kind of coinciding with each other.
So many times if you struggle in one area, it carries over to the other, it seems.
Yeah.
Here's the league's leading hitter, Otto Lopez, the shortstop. He's batting .341, the highest average in the major leagues, and he leads the majors in hits. He had 3 more last night. Well, he was a force last night. Doubled twice, drove in a run, scored 4 times, stole a base. What didn't he do in that opener last night?
No kidding.
2-0. Nelly being careful here. Last night was Lopez's 3rd straight multi-hit game. Already his 5th multi-hit game in 7 games this month. He's hitting .419 in June. He keeps getting hotter and hotter. And what a play by Perdomo. Marte rolls it. What a play by Geraldo Perdomo. A rocket ball off the bat of Otto Lopez. 112 miles an hour.
That is a rocket. Boy, what a great play. Robbed him of a hit, turned it into a double play. What a fantastic swat job. In between hop right at him, stayed with it, knocked it down, got it over to Marte, who completed the double play.
That's our Allstate Good Hands replay. 112 in the glove. It almost knocked him over. It was hit so hard. And a terrific turn by Cattell. Vargas with a back pick on the other end. You just talked about Perdomo's defensive run saved. Marlins would have had 2 on and no out, and Nelly really on the back foot there. Instead, it's bases empty, 2 down.
He doesn't make that play. That ball's going all the way to the wall.
Good chance. Stowers rolls it to first. Vargas has got it. Some hard hit contact against Ryan Nelson, but a 0 on the board. And in Miami, we are scoreless after 1 on D-backs TV.
Pizza for only $13.99.
A rocket ball right to Geraldo Perdomo. Hit so hard by Otto Lopez it almost knocked him backward, but instead he starts a double play.
I mean, a one-hop screaming Mimi. Knocked it down, found the handle, and got it right over to Cattell, who completed it. What a beautiful play. That ball's hit so hard. If he doesn't make that play, it's rolling out to the wall.
Terrific turn by Marte and a nice backhand scoop by Vargas at first. And sure enough, here's Perdomo to lead off the second against Ryan Gusto, coming off a 28-pitch first with 3 strikeouts. Perdomo up to 244 and 3 homers. Checking in with Ramon DeJesus back there. His midseason turnaround continued with some outstanding at-bats last night. He was on base 5 times. He singled twice and had 3 bases on balls. There's the strike. It's 1-1.
Just love how he just so patient at the plate right now. Not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He likes to work the count, and it's all about him trying to get a good pitch to hit.
Punches it the other way. Heriberto Hernandez broke back, comes in. He's got that one for the first out. And it brings up Ildemaro Vargas.
Oh, another nice pass of ball by Perdomo. A line drive. Unfortunately, it was caught.
Well, good to see Vargy back out there. 280 and 7 homers. He's at first base. He has run into a bit of a cold snap, though, offensively. And he's still hitting 280, which shows you where he was up in the stratosphere about a month ago with that hitting streak.
He certainly was big time.
But now he's stuck in a 5 for 52 in his last 18 games. Only 1 extra base hit.
Baseball can be cruel. As hot as you can get that cold, too.
Always seems to somehow.
Vargas normally doesn't like to wait around. He likes to swing. There's a good take. And I think it's important to see some pitches against this guy because no one has seen him. Did a nice job in the first inning, making him throw a lot of pitches.
Highlighted by that 11 pitch at bat with Arenado. Gusto, originally an 11th round pick by Houston, had a solid season in their minor league system 2 years ago. He won the Pacific Coast League ERA title. Led the PCL in strikeouts. Lopez from shortstop. And there's 2 outs in the second. You can now watch Diamondback games in market live and on demand all season long. Just $74.99 with dbacks.tv. It's presented by Progressive, subject to national exclusivities. Give you the rest of the season for $75. Visit dbacks.tv every game for all the info. 2 down for Ryan Waldschmidt.
How about a little 2-out rally? See if Waldy can get it going.
Yeah, Waldy 0 for 4, struck out twice last night. The swing and miss starting to catch up with Ryan a little bit here. He's got 11 punch outs in his last 27 at bats, and over that span, no walks. He's getting a little swing happy these days. A little too much chase. That's fouled away, a fastball.
As we were talking to Torrey today, he said, you know, he's up there looking to hit. He wants to hit first.
But I said, well, what are Waldy's strengths? And he said, well, bat to ball skills and pitch recognition. And so he might need to just kind of slow down a little bit, be more selective, and use those strengths like he did right there. Won't chase that sinker away.
Yeah, that's a good take. You go after that ball right there, and it's a ground ball somewhere.
Just a little more patience, a little more selective. He's going to start ringing extra base hits like he was last month. Fights off a sweeper there. Boy, Gusto, well, I'll say this for him. He does mix things up. He's thrown, we've seen him throw 5-6 different pitches in this game so far.
I mean, in his arsenal, a 4-seamer, a 2-seamer, a cutter, a slider, a changeup, a sweeper, and a curveball.
Yeah, and he throws them all.
Oh, pick one out.
There's another good take by Waldy. Got to eliminate the chase. The Marlins pitchers are looking for chase. That's the whole McGilla right there.
That has hit 7 pitches.
Waldschmidt with a good look here. It's full 3-2. Broken bat, slow roller. Lopez charges and makes a nice play. Gusto has retired 5 in a row, and we're scoreless at Lone Depot Park.
.com.
Back with you from Miami as we look around the league, brought to us by Bet365. How about this White Sox top prospect, Braden Montgomery, a 2-run homer, a walk-off in the 10th inning in his major league debut. Boy, what a storybook finish that is as the White Sox beat the Braves 6-5. the 5th player in Major League history with a walk-off homer in his big league debut. How about that?
That's a little celebration.
White Sox are sneaky good, like the Marlins are sneaky good.
Yeah.
Young athletic clubs. Here's one reason why Miami's having a nice season. Xavier Edwards, the second baseman in the cleanup spot, top 10 in the league in hitting, batting .306. He's got 6 homers and had another big night last night.
Yeah, not a lot of power. He slaps it around, uses his speed. This is the identity of the Marlins offense.
Candy, there's a curveball. Nelly, I think, going out of his way to change the pattern of his pitches. He's working down instead of up. We're seeing more secondaries here, not just that 4-seamer.
Yeah, a few more curveballs, maybe even more so than sliders.
There's the hard fastball. It's 3-0.
Yeah, this is one guy you don't want to walk.
Edwards walked last night, had a couple of hits and runs batted in. Don't forget the Marlins are speedsters. They lead the major leagues in stolen bases by a bunch. 3-0 pitches in there. Miami has 77 stolen bases as a club. No other club has more than 68. So they got some burners on this club.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need to do to win games. Look at the stolen bases.
Yeah, there's a gap there for sure. They're way out ahead of the field. Now the 3-1 on the way. Missed upstairs. Edwards stays patient and hits a leadoff walk. Brings up Heriberto Hernandez, the left fielder. We did not see him in the game last night. 219 and 5 homers. He's got some pop and has been especially productive lately.
Got to be careful with that combination of him, the power that Hernandez has, and Xavier Edwards at first base and his ability to run. The one good thing is Nelly has not given up a stolen base all year long.
Wow.
He's very quick to the plate. He's very, very difficult to run on.
Edwards 11 steals. He's been caught 3 times. Holds for now, and there's the fastball for a strike at 96. Here's the numbers on Xavier Edwards, a terrific young second baseman having an all-star season. All buttoned up inside Lone Depot Park. Steamy outside in South Florida this time of year. I mean, you think about going outside, you start to sweat.
Yeah, that's right.
Hernandez hot. He's hit in 5 straight games, 9 of 10. He's got 4 home runs over that stretch. Tied him up with that sinker, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
What a great pitch that was. 94 on the sinker, but up in the zone, it really tailing into him. Had a lot of run to it.
It's well struck deep to center. Waltzman all the way to the track, and he's got it. As Edwards scampers back to first. Had some loud contact against Nelly so far. That one hit at 96 miles an hour.
Yeah, hard hit ball that way, but didn't get all of the barrel on that, and that's why Waldy's able to run that down, keep Edwards over at first base.
Center fielder is Jacob Marcy, 201 and 3 homers. A single last night, he was 1 for 5. Terrific defensive center fielder who can really run.
Just kind of watching Edwards at first base, really trying to figure Nelly out. He's just so quick, doesn't really lift his front leg up much at all. And that short arm delivery, he just gets it going.
There's the cutter. Torey Lovello has pointed to what he calls the 3 pitches in the fastball family for Ryan Nelson. That's the 4-seamer, the 2-seam runner, and then the cut fastball, which we just saw. They think the other 2 variations insulate that 4-seamer. But that might not be a bad pitch for Nelly tonight. We always talk about how he needs to mix things up. He's heavily reliant on that fastball, but the Marlins are among those clubs that really struggle against fastballs.
Yeah.
And Nelly's throwing it this year 58% of the time. That's 3rd most of the majors. He's actually down a tick from last season. He's going to stick with the heater here. Marcy won't bite. It's outside and 3-1 now.
And Nelly normally doesn't walk too many guys. He's less than 3 walks per 9. He just has to make an adjustment, get in the zone.
24 pitches, Candy, only 11 strikes. He's thrown more balls than strikes to this point. That's very unusual for Nelson.
We're used to seeing him come out into a game and just throw fastballs predominantly, especially that first time through the order.
And I think that's why teams like the Rockies and the Mariners came out uber aggressive against him very early in counts. He might be trying to mix it up here today. That one lands on 3-1. Now the count is full. Jacob Mizorowski and Kyle Harrison, the only starters in the majors who throw that 4-seamer more often than Ryan Nelson.
Something they must teach over there in Milwaukee.
Well, when Mizorowski throws it, it's 105 or whatever he's throwing.
I'd throw it a lot too.
Exactly right. Getting double-digit strikeouts every night. Nelly's a little different, though. He's not really a strikeout pitcher. He's more soft contact.
He's got to work from the little part of the bat, the end of the bat.
Marte, what a play! Oh, and Edwards is just back safely. They nearly had him doubled off. A sensational play by Ketel Marte to get a glove on that one at 106 miles an hour, and they'll check on Edwards at first.
How about our middle infielders in this game? Perdomo with 112. This one scorched, sinking line drive. Wow. Great play by Marte, robbing another hit.
And he nearly had Edwards picked off. Saw Jeff Bannister, no challenge. 106 off the bat of Marcy. Candy, they're squaring Nelly up. They've all gone for outs for the most part, but they're making some loud contact against him. Perdomo smothers this one, and they get the force on Edwards. The Diamondback middle infield has been sensational behind Ryan Nelson tonight, and they've kept us scoreless through 2. We're in South Florida. Diamondbacks and the Marlins on D-Backs TV.
Stayed through the ball and he challenged himself and the pitcher through the entire at bat. So the line drive double in the left center field for the double, I think that came earlier in the game, that was impressive, and then dug out a ball down at the bottom of the zone. So it was quality hitting.
Yeah, it was a great night for Ketel Marte. You heard Troy talking about the double there, guys, and then the single that drove in 2 in a critical point in the game in a 2-strike count. Just an example of making some contact, and Ketel Marte starting to heat up, guys.
3 hits last night, 3 RBIs for Ketel, Jody. He's on deck behind Tommy Troy. Oh, it's a slow roller to short. Lopez charges again and makes a nice play to just get Tommy Troy. And suddenly Gusto, who was in trouble in the first, has set down 6 in a row.
Another good defensive game play. We've seen a lot of those in this game. Most of them by the D-backs.
Yep. Lopez, a slick shortstop. There is Ketel, who struck out to lead off the game tonight. 3 hits, 3 RBIs last night. Ketel has 25 RBIs in his last 21 games. Now he's been up and down over that stretch, hot streak, cold streak, hot streak. But in his last 21, he's hitting nearly 340 and driving in a whole bunch of runs, including last night.
Walk-off home runs.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing great.
Off Gusto, it bounces to Edwards at second, who picks it up on the backhand. And we'll check on the Marlin right-hander. Seems to be okay. It says it hit the glove, he says.
Oh, another hard hit ball. Right back at the pitcher. We've seen this happen a few times. And got right off his glove and then deflected right to his advantage, right over to his second baseman, Edwards.
Remember the rocket ball that went right to Zach Gallen's glove in the game early yesterday. 2 down for Corbin. He singled his first time. The sweeper didn't quite get there. Corbin has homered in both of his last 2 games, 4 of his last 7. Gets under this one and chops it in the air to shortstop. It's Lopez again.
And Ryan Gusto with his second straight 1-2-3 inning. He set down 8 straight, and we are still scoreless in Miami. Serpientes in South Florida kicking back a little bit. Don't forget, celebrate Father's Day at the Diamondback game Sunday, June 21st. Minnesota Twins are in town. And the first 15,000 D-backs dads get a Father's Day polo, the Serpientes version this year. Get your ticket, spend the day with Dad at the ballpark, dbacks.com. Ryan Nelson, 27 pitches through 2 scoreless here at Lone Depot Park. Steve Berthume, Tom Candiotti, and Jody Jackson along the way. Owen Casey, the right fielder, starts off the Miami third.
Bottom part of the order right now. This is where you need to be effective.
Oh, that's pretty effective. A 1 pitch out. Arenado's under it. And he's got it in foul territory. That'll work.
I'll take those every single time. 1 pitch, you get an easy out like that.
Well, Ryan Gusto coming off a 6-pitch top of the third. A 1 pitch out for Nelly starts it off, and now it's the number 9 man, Javier Sanoja.
You'd think it's a getaway day the way everyone's swinging.
Teams have been very aggressive against Ryan Nelson in recent starts, trying to jump on that early fastball. But we've seen Nelly kind of mix things up. There's the heater, first pitch at 96. Sanoja came into the opener last night as a defensive sub at third and had a 2-run single in his only at bat, part of that 4-run Marlins 8th. This is a good player here. He can play all over the field. He was the National League's Gold Glove winner at the utility spot last year. One of those pesky guys. He was one of just 10 major league players last year to play at 7 different positions.
Incredible.
You can put him anywhere.
Yeah, a guy like that.
Only spots he didn't play last year were right field and catcher.
I'm actually surprised he didn't play all 3 outfield positions.
Do a Bergkamp and Ariston play 9 spots in the same game, right?
Oh, man. You think anyone will ever do that again?
Probably. It's too good a gimmick not to see. And, you know, as we get more athletic in the game, Candy, more guys are versatile like Sanoja. Eventually, it seems like it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Just for the stunt of it. It's all about the marketing. Sanoja skies it behind second, very shallow. Perdomo calling everybody off. And Terry's able to run it down as we check in with AZ 529.
Knock it out of the park when saving for your child's future educational needs. Open an AZ 529 education savings plan today at az529.gov.
Nelly has retired all 5 he's faced since that leadoff walk to Edwards in the second. Now the lineup card turns over. It's Liam Hicks, the leadoff hitter, the catcher, who has the Marlins only hit a single his first time up.
All right, second time through. I don't think Nelly really has to make any adjustments right now. I think he's just starting to get into his stuff. Starting to feel it a little bit. Sometimes it takes a pitcher, especially a power pitcher like Nelly, about 15 to 20 pitches to really start getting that feel, the release point down. So he's past that now.
There's no doubt that he has settled in for the season. He had a bumpy start to the year, Ryan Nelson. Diamondbacks won just twice in his first 6 starts, and Nelly at the end of April had an ERA 7.71. But things have really reversed course since the beginning of May. Last 7 starts, that ERA down to 2.89. Big difference. Everything turned for him when the calendar turned from April to May.
Yeah, a couple bloopers, especially that one against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that was a clunker. The Seattle start with the 4 solo homers didn't help.
Yeah.
But he has been outstanding over his last 7 starts. Behind on Hicks, 3-0.
Fly ball pitcher, doesn't really necessarily get his ground balls. That's a great pitch. I mean, to throw a slider to 3-1 count, I think for him, that is a great pitch.
Why?
Because everyone's got to be sitting on his fastball. He throws it, what, 58, 59% of the time.
Yep.
And so they're you've got to be, as a hitter, you've got to be on that. And then you get a slider. That's a perfect pitch.
Mixing things up a bit more today, Ryan Nelson. Now the 3-2. That's fair in the corner. It just stayed fair. Hicks is on board again, and he's thinking 3. Here's the relay for Marte. Play at third. The throw's offline, and Liam Hicks has a hustle triple. It took him a while to get there, but he's in safely at third, as Corbin disappeared from our view into that right field corner.
Well, he got a slider that was down. Lefties love that ball down, a little bit in, and kept it right on that foul line. And as that ball's going, he's not the fastest runners. It hits chalk right there, you see. And I really thought this relay to Cattell, he had a chance to get him at third base.
Yeah.
And throw just a little bit wide.
Terrific call by Paul Clemens, the first base umpire, who kind of limboed out of the way of that rocket coming right at him and made the correct call. There he is at first base, Paul Clemens. Now you've got Lopez, the major league's leading hitter, up there, with Hicks at third base and 2 outs.
Remember, he scorched the ball over to Perdomo, his first at bat. Now, you make some comments about his stance last night, and I'm really taking notice of it. It's a lot old school in a way, where he's going up there with a crouch like that.
He's much more in his legs.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me a little bit, if you go back to Jeff Bagwell in a way, where he's really down like that. And that's where it generates some power that he has.
That's going to get out of play. This is new for Lopez this year. He's worked with Pedro Guerrero, their hitting coach. He'll kind of load up on that backside, leave the hands back, and then just power through. He's worked on it all winter and spring.
See the crouch right there. You already see the knee bend. And look at the balance. He's got perfect balance.
Well, that Bagwell's right on. It's not quite as dramatic as Jeff Bagwell, but it's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But you can see with it, I know he doesn't have the power numbers now, but I can see him developing into a guy that's got some power numbers.
He's seen a big jump in his hard hit rate this year. The contact is louder. It's much more frequent. Even his ground balls are going for hits. He's hitting a lot of balls on the ground, more than 50% in fact. And smacks that one on the ground and up the middle. And the Marlins strike first. It's Otto Lopez again, and it's 1-0 Miami.
Just another solid line drive. I mean, he doesn't hit anything easy.
That's his 4th hit in the series.
See the pitch, 4-seamer. Hits it right back where it came from. Turned it right around.
Back-to-back 2-out hits for Miami. They have a 1-0 lead. And now the batter is Kyle Stowers. Stowers in the DH spot today. Taking a lot of ground balls at first base before the game this afternoon. Plays over there occasionally. Stowers had a big 2-run double into right center in the 6th inning last night, which at that point gave Miami a 6-2 lead before the Diamondbacks answered back to tie it up in the 7th and 8th. Rare bullpen blow up last night cost them that one. I think that tells you, Candy, how good the bullpen has been this year, because everyone was so surprised when it didn't work out at the end last night.
It's so right on.
Yeah, we sort of got spoiled. Slider lands. It's 2 balls and a strike on Kyle Stowers. National League All-Star last year. Stowers had a big season. Hit .288, belted 25 homers.
Marlins waiting for that bat to come around.
Boy, that smoked. I jumped on that cut fastball. Yeah, Stowers had right hamstring trouble all spring training. It jammed him up. It finally put him on the injured list. He was out for several weeks to start the year and has been playing catch up ever since.
It's really tough on hitters that miss that time in spring training.
That clipped him. The curveball got away just a bit. So 3 consecutive have reached for Miami, all with 2 outs. the top of the order, and it brings up Xavier Edwards.
Yeah, curveball. He just yanked it too far inside. Got him right in the elbow area.
There's a Y refi, slow-mo look.
Wanted to get this ball down. Nope, just got it right in the back of the tricep.
Ryan Kaplan out to chat with Ryan Nelson, the pitching coach. As we check in now with Andrew, the home buyer.
Catch the best deal for your house by calling me, Andrew, the home buyer.
Well, you want to close the inning out. Anytime you get the first two guys out and nobody on, you give up a triple, another base hit, you hit a guy with a pitch, you turn this into a big inning when it could be a real quick inning.
The only thing that makes you nervous, Candy, is there has been consistent hard contact against Nelly tonight. Now, most of them have gone for outs.
Yeah.
He's been a little lucky in that regard, but he's not missing a whole lot of bats here. They're making some noise.
Yes.
And Edwards is the hitter. He walked his first time. A run home. Lopez at second and Stowers at first.
Big out to get here. Come out of this just giving up one run, you're going to feel good about it.
Cutter lands for strike one.
We also have not seen Nelly really work in the top of the strike zone so far in this game.
He seems to be doing that on purpose, avoiding it intentionally. There's the slider, and he's throwing much his secondaries a whole lot more often than we normally see.
Yeah. You know, it's particularly, you see that upstairs, top of the zone, but that's not where he was trying to throw that slider. Really thought, this was going to be a really good matchup for him because it's not a good fastball hitting team like you'd suggested.
Well, it's only a 1-0 game. He beat him with a heater at 97. A big strikeout for Nelson there. He strands two, but the Marlins get one. And after three in South Florida, Diamondbacks trail at 1-0.
Well, after 3 innings, D-backs find themselves down by 1 run and hoping to get back even and maybe even get ahead. Hey fans, if the D-backs hit a home run, you score a free Jumbo Jack at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink. And maybe Gabby can do that.
I like how you're teeing him up. Remember, he's homered in each of his last 2 games. He's never homered in 3 straight. And he leads off the 4th against Ryan Gusto. Gusto coming off a 6-pitch third, and he's the one that's found the rhythm and the tempo. He's retired 8 consecutive batters since the Moreno single in the first.
This has really been our first glimpse at Gusto. Wasn't quite sure, a guy that throws a pretty good fastball but's got an assortment of pitches.
He's thrown them all so far.
But yeah, he's making them count.
3 strikeouts. He's not walked a batter. He's allowed only 2 singles. Gusto is a major league pitcher who could not make his high school varsity team. Attended Providence High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. Couldn't make the varsity squad, so he went to play as a prep prospect for a program designed for students who were homeschooled just to play baseball. He got some recruiting nibbles as an outfielder, but passed on that because he wanted to pitch. Wound up at Florida Southwestern College, and that's where the Astros got him in the 11th round. So he's really taken an odd route to the big leagues here, and it's a leadoff walk for Gabby.
Well, you really think a guy with that kind of size, how does he not make the high school team? It's a Michael Jordan story,
isn't it? Leadoff man aboard. Moreno aboard for the second time ahead of Nolan Arenado. Arenado struck out in the first after an 11-pitch battle with Gusto. He finally got him on that sweeper. That wasn't a bat. It was a mini series. Didn't go, says Paul Clements. Ball 1 on the slider.
Nolan is always moving in the batter's box. I mean, he is never still. Hands are moving. The front foot's going up and down.
Able to check? No, he was not, says Paul Clemens. The appeal at strike 1.
From the side, did he? Oh, yeah, he went.
As Bob always says, it looks like Nolan is trying to grind that bat into sawdust.
It's a great analogy.
And he's got that foot on and off and over the back line of the batter's box. Won't chase that sinker there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
And then at the very last second, he actually moves his back foot, which you don't see happen a lot.
Yeah, by the time the pitch is delivered, it's almost out of the box. There it is.
Yeah, and the back foot's going to watch him pick his back foot up. See that? Pick it up.
Arenado down the line. Is it going to hang on? It's going to hook foul and out of play. There's your standard Nolan Arenado hook foul ball down the left field line. There's one in nearly every at bat.
Man, I wish they counted those.
Well, that would make it a whole different game. But boy, Candy, that was a sweeper that hung there middle, right in the happy zone.
Yeah, that was.
And Nolan was just a little bit out in front. That was a big mistake, and Gusto got away with it. Now it's 2-2. Smokes it again, right back to the changeup that time. He's keeping him out in front.
He is not getting fooled.
Gabby down there at first as we lead off the 4th. Gusto coming off a 6-pitch third. He's already thrown 10 pitches here in the 4th inning. And he got Arenado on the sweeper again, that same pitch, and he strikes him out for the 2nd time.
Almost ditto. And that was a very, very effective one. Watch where it starts, watch where it ends up. It starts on the plate, ends up off the plate, induces the swing and miss.
That's our Y-Refi slow-mo look. Here's Pavin, who got caught looking at strike 3 to win the 1st, the DH tonight. Another interesting thing about Gusto that's kind of funny, we talked about his unusual route to the big leagues. He was ready to make his major league debut 2 years ago with Houston. And it was going to be the very end of September, the regular season finale. He was going to make his major league debut. But it rained and they banged the game. And it just never happened. Can you imagine?
Oh, that's horrible.
I mean, that's crushing. He broke into the big leagues finally last year, went 7-7, just over 100 innings, came up with Houston, and was traded here at the trade deadline last summer. Pavin slices this one down the line, and Hernandez has it in foul territory, and that's the 2nd out. As we check in with Jody Jackson. Jody.
Yeah, guys, you know, talking about the big night for Perdomo, you guys spoke about it in the open of the show, on base 5 times. And, you know, it was funny hearing Torrey talk about him today earlier. He said, you know, he'll come into my office, we have great meetings, he'll talk about 35 other things than what I want to talk about. But they've had great conversations. And so, of course, I had to ask Torrey, do you think dropping him down in the lineup has helped him, take some pressure off of him? And he says, you know, of course, like to think that, but for Perdomo, I think it has been a bit of a weight off of his mind. You guys know how much he takes that on his shoulders to lead this team defensively, offensively, in that dugout, and I think it has just allowed him to take a breath and work on some things without worrying about the pressure.
Yeah, and Torrey told us that Geraldo is always working on something fundamentally, but he does carry, Jody, as you mentioned, that burden that he feels like he wants to carry the club. And he doesn't have to do that.
Doesn't have to do that, but you know, you love him feeling that responsibility of really being a team captain.
We've definitely seen much more patience at the plate since he dropped down in the lineup. Torrey has seen limited movement now. He's hitting more consistent line drives. It's been 7 games since he was dropped down. And he went 10 for 22 over the last 7. 0 for 1 so far today. Chops that into left field for a base hit. Perdomo on board again. Moreno into second. And they have 2 on and 2 out now for Ildemaro Vargas.
Perdomo, another line drive. Love the swing, too. It's not a big swing. This little cutter back door. Look at that swing.
Limited movement, like Torrey said.
Not trying to get over the top of it, not trying to roll on it, but just goes with it and just jams it into left field.
Another opportunity here to get that run back. Ildemaro Vargas grounded out his first time. Vargas at first base tonight. First pitch swinging on a cutter. Diamondbacks have lost 8 of their last 11. Trying to get back on track here. They're facing a hot Marlins team. Miami's won 6 of its last 7. A win tonight, and they would clinch a 3rd consecutive series victory. They've won their last 2. Vargas pops it up behind first. Edwards running well up the line to get it into medium right field. And again, Gusto strands 2. We're in the 4th, and it's 1-0 Miami.
At dbacks.com.
Miami hitters with some hard contact against Ryan Nelson, but it's Diamondback defense on display. Perdomo starts a double play in the 1st. How about Ketel Marte here in the 2nd? And then the next batter, Christopher Morel, right back to Perdomo. 3 outstanding plays by the middle infield. That's our Chaz Roberts air conditioning and plumbing cool plays of the game.
Oh, those are run savers.
All very hard hit balls against Nelly, who trails at 1-0. Liam Hicks a 2-out triple in the 3rd. Otto Lopez the RBI knock. And it's 1-0 Marlins as Heriberto Hernandez leads off the Marlin 4th. Nelson at 52 pitches through 3. A walk, a strikeout, he's hit a batter.
Well, I think it's important for Nelly too, also to, just keep it right where it's at. Just keep working the edges if you can. Keep mixing the pitches up.
Hernandez flied out deep to center his first time. A hot hitter. He's hit in 5 straight, 9 of 10. He's got 4 homers and 10 runs batted in those last 10 games.
Yeah, this guy's got some pop. Last inning, Nelly really started off well, just 2 easy pop-ups. Then he had trouble getting that 3rd out.
Yeah, 3 consecutive reached with 2 outs, including the run scored before he struck out Edwards to win that 3rd. Behind on Hernandez, 2 balls and no strikes. There it is with a fastball. Hernandez had a slow start. He was optioned back to the minors near the end of April. Clayton McCullough saw him struggling. Just couldn't really get things going. He was down there only briefly. He's been very productive since he's been back up. And he's got a base hit the other way. You can purchase a Peanuts Bobble Pack for Sunday, June 30th at Chase Field. Giants will be in town. You'll get a game ticket plus this exclusive Snoopy bobblehead. Visit dbacks.com/peanuts for your special event ticket June 30th against the Giants. We'll see you down at the ballpark. Jacob Marcy hit that rocket ball to second, on which Marte made the diving play we just showed you. Marlins now with 4 hits. Sinkers a strike at 96. That family of fastballs, as Torey Lovello likes to call it, the 4-seam, the 2-seam, and the cutter.
Yeah. And that's how he feels comfortable, I think, Nelly, too. Kind of that rocket fire. One of those fastballs is coming, mostly the 4-seamer.
That's the cut fastball that missed. Marcy's another guy I want to keep off the bases. He got 16 steals. The center fielder who has been a defensive star since he came up with the Marlins last year. Quick feed at first.
He's only hitting 200 for the season, but the at-bats that he's had yesterday and today, this guy looks like he's a 300 hitter.
He was a prize acquisition by the Marlins, included in the package they got from San Diego in the trade that sent Luis Ariz to the Padres a couple of years back. A.J. Preller is not afraid to trade from his farm system.
No, he's not.
I mean, if you're a hot prospect, chances are you're not going to be a Padre. You're going to go someplace else.
Keep that suitcase packed.
That's right. Their farm system's been a little bit gutted over the years. D-backs and Padres neck and neck behind the Dodgers in the NL West. They're in lockstep, these two clubs right now. Well, Marcy does have an impressive minor league record when it comes to taking walks, getting on base. He can be stubborn up there. 60 pitches for Nelly now. 36 strikes, that's fouled away. It's not like Marcy can't hit. He hit .292 last year in 55 games as a rookie. He's got a good minor league track record at the plate, but he's been slow to get going offensively this year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, he's got the swing. He's got good bat the ball skills, and he's very quiet at the plate. I mean, he's getting good pitches to hit. You can see him being more of a 300 hitter.
Won't offer it that curveball, and now it's full. Yeah, this is the type of at bat they're hoping to see from Jacob Marcy. Was a two-WAR player in only 55 games last year for the Marlins. Hernandez at first, and Marcy takes his timeout. 24 years old, to be 25 later this month. Jacob Marcy from Central Michigan, grew up in Allen Park, Michigan. Now living in South Florida. Hernandez holds it first. That's fouled away. Hernandez, another guy that runs now and again. He's got 5 stolen bases for the Marlins down there at first base. Everybody on this team runs, it seems.
They all run. They come to first base with a baton in their back pocket.
Right, just hand it off to the next guy. Another 3-2. Hernandez still holding. Marcy trying to drop one behind shortstop, and what a play right there by Arenado, who was able to run it down. Nolan Arenado ranging well out to medium left field, and able to get to that spot. That looked like it was going to drop in for sure.
Great play. Troy, there's no way Troy could get to this ball. Nolan is playing shortstop, has to go back, little strange angle, but you knew he was going to catch it. Just over the shoulder catch, no big deal.
Refi gives us a slow-mo look at the 10-time Gold Glover ranging way out to left field to get that one over his head. And Hernandez running back to first. Christopher Morel, who grounded out his first time up, the first baseman tonight, his first year with the Marlins. 172 in 21 games. Now down to 169.
Tell you, the Marlins keep putting the ball in play, and the D-backs keep catching it.
Defense has been really good this year.
It's been great.
Clayton McCullough, the Marlins skipper. He was coming up in the minor league system as a minor leaguer, and one of his managers was Torey Lovullo back in the day. Clayton was a backup catcher. 97, and Moreno hangs on to the foul tip. Morel strikes out. That's the second for Nelly, and there's 2 outs in the 4th.
I think Nelly humped up on that one just a little bit more.
Starting to get a little ticked off of it. That might not be a bad thing.
Yeah, he got it right in the right spot. I think Gabby actually wanted a little higher, but perfect spot. Foul tip, hung on to it.
Here's Casey, was a 1-pitch out his first time, the right fielder. First pitch swing again. He clobbers it to right and gone. Owen Casey doing what so many teams do against Ryan Nelson. Wait on that first pitch. He got the slider and he tattooed it for his 6th of the year.
And that's the 16th that Nelly has given up. He has really been susceptible to the long ball this year.
And a lot of loud contact today, even for the outs from the Marlins bats. This one left the bat at 110. Our slow-mo look from Refi.
Inside, just watching Gabby's reaction after he hit that ball. And Nelly also upset. Didn't execute his pitch.
Casey's been up there twice. He's seen 2 pitches. Sanoja drops it into left field, a base hit. 3rd hit in the inning for the Marlins. And now the lineup turns over for Liam Hicks.
Here you go there again. Bottom of the order. They did so much damage to the D-backs last night. And here they go again.
And it's 3 different hitters from last night, too.
Yeah, I know.
It's the odd thing. Miami with 1 in the 3rd, 2 home in the 4th. Here's Hicks, who has singled, tripled, and scored. He's 2 for 2, the catcher in the leadoff spot.
Like you said, he's the big power guy. 48 RBIs on the season also.
He's got 12 homers. No one else on the club has more than 6. Casey included. He just hit his 6th. There's strike 1. 70 pitches for Ryan Nelson, 45 strikes. That hit him. That's the second batter that Nelly has hit. He also hit Stowers, who's a lefty as well. And a long inning, getting longer in the fourth.
Stowers with a breaking ball. That was the cutter.
You got to come out and have a look at Hicks.
See the cutter spin. Gabby setting up inside. He just nicks the very back arm.
This is just like the third, Candy, when 3 consecutive reached with 2 outs. And it resulted in that first Miami run. They've got 2 more on the board in this fourth.
So after that ball hit Hicks too, ricocheted, got Gabby right in the throwing hand. You can see him after that really trying to shake it off.
Well, we don't want to go through with Gabby what we went through after the Cincinnati episode last year. Brian Kaplan again out to the mound as we check in with the Arizona Department of Health Services.
My Life, My Quit is a free quit program made just for teens. You can get help to quit any nicotine product, including vapes, pouches, chew, or cigarettes.
So the inning started with a single by Heriberto Hernandez, then a 2-out line drive homer off the bat of Owen Casey. Sanoja came up and singled on the first pitch. Hicks just got hit in the forearm. So 2 runs in, 2 on and 2 out. And guess who's up? It's the Major League's leading hitter, Otto Lopez, who has been a one-man wrecking crew in this series so far. He's got 4 hits.
He's hit the ball hard every time he's been up.
Last night doubled twice, drove in a run, scored 4 times, stole a base. He had an RBI single his last time up, drove in their first run. Sanoja is at second and Hicks at first.
You know, last night the Marlins were really good hitting with runners in scoring position, 6 for 16. They always seem to come up with these little hits with guys on base.
Lopez down in his legs, crouched up there like we talked about last time. Chops this one in the air along the line in right. Foul ground. Vargas might have a play here, and he just missed it. It's just over the netting. Well, Lopez already got 1 hit today. Last night was his 3rd consecutive multi-hit game. In 7 games this month, he's had multiple hits in 5 of them.
Got to find a way to get out of this inning. Get this guy out. You can't afford to give up any more runs right now.
Gusto's been giving them a hard time. And there's another base hit for Otto Lopez. They have no answer for the Major League's leading hitter. Lopez sneaks into second as the throw to third is offline, and he picks up a free 90 feet. Otto Lopez, boy.
Again, he's just scorching hot. Another ball up the middle of the field. Run's going to score easily, but the throw by Waldschmidt way up the line, and that enables Lopez to get over to second base in scoring position too.
So Lopez back-to-back 2-out RBI hits in the 3rd and now the 4th. Another run home, 3 home for the Marlins in this inning. They have 2nd and 3rd 2 outs for Stowers, who's 0 for 1. He was hit by pitches last time up.
Oh, that was a big cut right there.
First pitch fastball. He saw it and went after it.
Nelly up there, 75 pitches thrown now.
It's a single for Lopez, by the way. Hicks in at 3rd, Lopez at 2nd after the RBI. Oh boy, Stowers got every bit of that one. Upper tank, and the Marlins have blown it open. It's 7-0.
Never a doubt about that one. As soon as it left his bat, that was upper deck.
425 feet. A lot of very loud contact against Ryan Nelson here tonight.
That first swing was a big one. Look at this one. Right on the barrel. He was on it. This is the kind of guy that the Marlins have been waiting for.
Well, Casey had a 2-run homer earlier in this inning. Now Stowers with a 3-run shot. That's his 5th. 7-0 Miami. They have 8 hits. And Xavier Edwards is the 9th man to bat in the Marlin 4th. Activity behind Ryan Nelson, Jonathan Loizaga, and the Sanderson Ford bullpen.
Got him again.
Ramon DeJesus, the plate umpire. He's walking right into the clubhouse.
That got him good.
The plate umpire is not going to wait around. He is nearly running under the tunnel there.
Watch this cut fastball. It starts in. Ooh.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, man.
John Tumpane is coming in from second. He's going down to check on Ramon DeJesus.
Oh, right in the bicep.
Yeah. He did not wait around. He went right underneath. And now a long 4th. If they have to change up and go to a 3-man crew, it's going to get a whole lot longer for Nelly here. Because when you have to get another base umpire behind the plate, they got to put all the gear on. It takes a while.
Yes.
And hopefully Mr. DeJesus is okay. Clayton McCullough checking in. Paul Clemens, the first base umpire, with his back to you there. And here he comes. He's okay. How about that?
That was quick.
A little Willis Reed moment here for the plate umpire. Here's John Tumpane, the second base ump, the crew chief checking in, and it looks like we're good to go. That was fast.
He just had to run down there and say something real loud.
Best to do it off camera.
And run back out.
Yep. It's a 6-run Miami 4th, and they're not done yet. It's a 1-1 count on Xavier Edwards. Ryan about to throw pitch number 80 here. Right through the fastball. It's 2-2. Edwards has walked and struck out so far. He's 0 for 1. Nelly has only walked 1 batter tonight, but he's hit 2. 80 pitches, 51 strikes.
Moving around again. A lot of pitchers that are down in the zone in this game. Not the normal high, that higher than high that we're used to seeing.
He has been very effective lately with his usual pattern. This will stay playable for Arenado, maybe, and Nolan's got just enough room. So the Marlins send 9 men to the plate in the 4th. 6 come around. And as we go to the 5th in Miami, the Diamondbacks trail it 7-0.
Shield. Sign up today at ahs.com.
Diamondbacks baseball presented by Progressive. A rough night here at South Florida for Ryan Nelson. A 6-run Marlin 4th. 2 long home runs. A lot of loud contact against Nelly. And in the meantime, Ryan Gusto 4 scoreless innings. 7-0 lead. He's only at 66 pitches. Let the poor guy go 3 more outs and try to get in line for the win. But instead, Clayton McCullough goes to Luke Bacher, who makes his 21st appearance of the year, made 53 appearances out of the Marlins bullpen last season, and did a pretty nice job. Ryan Waldschmidt gets first look here in the 5th. Lake Bacher out of Wisconsin Whitewater.
Oh, that's up in your area.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there. Of course, his nickname is the Great Lake, naturally.
Well, let's see if the bottom of the order can produce. Get a couple base runners. Only way you can get back in this game. You had to get some guys on bases.
Waldy took a big rip at that sweeper. It's 1-2. Able to check that time, and we'll get a challenge from Hicks.
Challenge the ball call.
That's Liam Hicks back there. Must feel pretty confident. T-Mobile gives us a look. Just nipped the zone.
College on the corner. Miami have to challenge the lane.
So Hicks gets the call overturned, flips the count, and that's a strikeout of Waldschmidt. The first for Bakker.
He made a good pitch on Ryan, right on the outside corner.
Yeah, Waldy's a little in between these days, seems like.
Yep.
Tommy Troy, on the other hand, had tremendous at-bats last night. He was really impressive. Look out.
Yikes, that one really got a head away from. That was about head high.
At least he can smile about it.
Ugh. I mean, this ball just took off. Oh, man, what a shave.
That sinker running in on the right-hand batter. Yeah. Goes to the slider. Tommy with some exceptional at-bats last night. He was on base throughout the game from the 9 spot. Singled, walked twice, scored twice. 0 for 1 so far tonight.
Tommy in 8 games this month has 7 hits, and he's drawn 5 bases on balls. In fact, he's walked more than he struck out so far in June. The bats have been really impressive.
Yeah, that's a great sign.
Count under this one, but it's out of play. Strike 2. Back to the sweeper for Bakker.
Well, I think we always get a good feeling when he comes up to the plate.
Yeah.
Have a good at bat. You know, he's sneaky power.
And he's embraced the idea as the 9 hitters. I just have to get on base for Cattell and Corbin behind me, and Gabby. He has really embraced that whole concept.
Yeah, that'd be fun to be on base with those guys hitting.
Especially if you run like Tommy Troy does.
That's right.
Good shot at Joe Mather there in the dugout, the hitting coach. Oh, got caught looking at the sweeper, and Bakker struck out the first 2 he's faced, both looking.
He's made some really good breaking pitches. Slider, sweeper, right there in the outside corner. I mean, sometimes you guy makes a pitch like that, about all you could do is kind of tip your hat or say something.
That's going to be a long mountain to climb here. Down 7-0 in the 5th. Cattell in the leadoff spot. Little tapper comebacker. Bakker knocks it down, picks it up, throws him out. And it's a 1-2-3 5th. There's your shutdown inning for the Miami bullpen, holding a 7-0 lead.
Rich. Edward Jones.
We're back with you from South Florida. Miami with a run in the 3rd, 6 home in the 4th, including a couple of home runs off Ryan Nelson. So here is Jonathan Loaisiga, the right-hander, who has been used a little more frequently in recent weeks. He appeared twice in that Seattle series, twice against the Dodgers, then pitched last time Saturday against the Nationals at Chase Field, his 28th appearance of the year.
Well, right now it's to a point where you got to get some quality innings right now. I mean, you're in a hole, so you can't afford to give up any more runs.
Heriberto Hernandez, who started that 6-run 4th with a base hit, leads off the 5th. Marlins sent 9 men to the plate in that 4th, and 6 came across. Sinker is a strike. That's the big pitch, of course, with Loaisiga, that upper 90s 2-seam.
Not a real big guy, small guy, but he really gets some pretty good velocity.
A hard thrower, and Heriberto Hernandez drops it just beyond the reach of Cattell. He's got his 2nd hit and leads off the inning with a base hit for the 2nd consecutive inning.
Just dropped it out there, didn't hit it hard. Exit velocity 64 miles an hour, just blooped it out there.
Sometimes you're better off with the soft contact.
Yeah. There's an example.
Some room out there in the outfield. Marcy 0 for 2. He's twice been the victim of some Diamondback defense. He hit an absolute missile to second that Marte snagged. And then last time up, tried to drop one into shallow left field, and Arenado ran it down and made an over-the-shoulder catch. And this one drops between Tommy Troy and Ryan Waldschmidt, and they're off to the races. Blake Lally will stop Hernandez at third. Marcy's at second. And the two rookies get crossed up in deep left center.
Lost a little voice command out there. That ball was hit right to the gap out there, but very catchable. I think either outfielder could have caught it. And they both froze. They both stopped thinking the other guy was going to catch it, and it gets by him.
It's a double for Marcy. Yeah, each guy kind of peeled off at the last instant. So right away, Loizaga second and third, no outs. Christopher Morel, the first baseman, he's 0 for 2.
Infield's got to come in now.
Yep. Foot race is on. Loizaga's got it. What a great scoop by Eldemaro Vargas. That was a sinker in the dirt, and Vargas pulled it out of there to get the out.
Boy, good play all the way around. Loizaga getting on the mound that quick on the swinging bunt. And that swinging bunt was right down to third base line, so he had to go off a long ways to get it. Bare hands it, tries to get the ball to first base as quick as possible. Doesn't make a great throw, but a great scoop by Vargas.
Vargas got the glove hand out of there before Morel could collide.
That just saved 2 runs.
Sure did. Owen Casey smoked a line drive homer to right his last time up, and he hits this one hard to right. But Corbin is there. Hernandez will tag. Marcy as well, and it's 8-0 Miami. Another RBI for Casey. That's his third tonight.
Another line drive, hit it deep enough. Nothing Corbin could do. Caught the ball, got it back in.
Boy, Casey really likes to take a whack at that first pitch.
He does.
Run home. Marcy at third. 2 outs for Javier Sanoa, who has popped out and singled. In the hole, Arenado will let it go. Perdomo's back there. And they get the out. Marlins get one more. They've scored in 3 consecutive innings and have an 8-0 lead.
The menu.
Corbin Carroll will lead this one off 8-0 Marlins as we are back here at Lone Depot Park. Guys, I asked Corbin Carroll about this earlier today. I know Tom Candiani, you're quite a collector yourself. This is the Corbin Carroll first Bowman 1-of-1 Superfractor autograph. This went at auction the other day, and Corbin was aware of it for $123,000, $123,220. Just quite an increase from the previous highest Corbin Carroll card, which was just over $20,000. And I said to Corbin, you look really young even now, but look at your face in this picture. And he said, yeah, that was back in the Arizona League when I signed that card. And he's a collector himself. He said in the season, though, it slows down quite a bit. You guys are aware of the story. Evan Longoria got him into that back in 2023. But pretty cool. He remembers very well signing that card, and that is the 1-of-1 for quite a bit of money, Tom.
And there's a rumor, Candy, that the purchaser of that card was in fact Corbin Carroll himself.
That might be a rumor.
We can't verify that. Not saying that's the case, but I know he was supremely interested.
Wouldn't that be great, though? Buy your own card. You know you're going to play hard to get that thing value up, right?
It's an investment. It's a big investment. You've got Torey Lovello hooked on the whole baseball card thing now. He's a maniac.
It's so fun.
Well, guys, I asked Corbin that. I said, wouldn't it be cool to have that card? And if he said, yeah, it would. And he didn't let on to the fact that he
he's
bought
way too smart for that. Yeah, he's way too smart.
But I did. That seemed like interesting to me because I know he loves the cards. And I thought, wow, that would be really cool. So anyway, I guess it makes sense that I would have thought it was definitely something he would be interested in.
Well, one thing about baseball card collectors, 99% of them won't tell anybody what they have.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't say.
You don't say.
Tom Candiotti, who is not saying. 3-1 on Corbin. And we're not saying that he bought the card. We know he was kind of thinking about it. So who knows who got it? We don't know. Marcy's out there in center, and Corbin is the first out here in the 6th. But whoever got it made a very good investment.
Yes, indeed. It's pretty cool. And they signed the cards now. Pretty cool.
Well, when it's a one of light, explain what a one of one is for those who don't know.
Yeah, so after he signs his contract, and it's Bowman that time, so they're going to come over and they do a private signing, and he's going to sign some of the superfractors and
some of the
all
what?
that stuff. They're called superfractors, so the 101. So they only make one of them, so they'll sign it,
right?
And they have to be right there. They take pictures of it and stuff like that.
So it's all authenticated
right
and stuff.
Okay. Yep, he's right there. And then it goes to auction. Someone gets it out of a pack that they sell, and then that one actually was auctioned through Golden Auctions, and somebody paid $123,000 for it.
Some unknown person.
Yeah, some big Corbin Carroll fan.
Big shot. Gabby has singled and walked. He's batting third again tonight. Ball and a strike.
Maybe Torrey bought it.
Knowing Torrey is definitely. I don't think Kristen's going to let him spend that kind of money, but yeah. Torrey's into the collecting big time now.
Yeah, he is.
And there's a timeout with a count of 1-2 strikes. Lake Bacher back out there for a second inning of work. In relief of Ryan Gusto, who worked 4 scoreless to start the game for the Marlins. Bacher now working with an 8-0 lead.
Hey, Bacher, he's really got a good breaking ball. I've seen a couple of them right on the outside corner. That one had a lot of downward break to it. That was his curve. Went straight down.
Lake Bacher, originally a 5th-round pick out of Wisconsin Whitewater by the Padres. Now his 3rd season with the Marlins. That's yours.
We get it?
Yeah, close. Yeah, Bacher, the Marlins are pretty good at playing the waiver wire. They found some bargains out there in the scrap heap. Bacher was let go by San Diego into the 24 season. Marlins picked him up, and he's done a pretty nice job for them. 53 appearances last year, a sub-4 ERA. And they put together a pretty decent bullpen here with the Fairbanks at the back end of it, like we saw last night.
Yeah. I was a little bit surprised. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Fairbanks looked pretty good. This guy looks really good.
And of course, Bender's been tremendous.
Yeah.
Gabby putting up a fight.
This team really is kind of an under the radar team. As we even did some of the numbers before this series started, they're not that far from being a 500 team. But you don't really hear about it. But watching them play, that this team's got a lot of potential.
Well, right now they're 32-35, but they're very much in the wild card discussion. Moreno trying to dunk it into short right. Here comes Casey, and Gabby's aboard again for the 3rd time in 3 at-bats. He's got 2 singles and a base on balls. That one drops in for a 1-out hit.
Yeah, Gabby, stay hot. I mean, that's all you can say. Doesn't hit it hard, but this is when you're going good. When you hit a ball that's not even hit that hard and it finds the outfield grass.
That just kind of blooped it over Gabby Lane that time. Ahead of Nolan Arenado, who struck out twice against Gusto, but had 2 long at bats. We'll talk about the Marlins, Candy. This is the fight that the Diamondbacks are in. Right now, the Diamondbacks are just a half game out of the final wild card spot behind the Padres. But San Diego has 35 wins. Diamondbacks 34. Pirates 34. Cubs 34. That one's going to drop in as well. And Moreno heads for 3rd. I mean, it's a very tight race. You're talking 5, 6, 7 teams very much in wild card contention at this point in the year, including Cincinnati, where we go after this game tomorrow.
Yeah, so these become like big series.
Yes,
because,
absolutely.
At the very end of the year, when it all comes out, who's got the tiebreaker?
32 wins for the Reds, 32 for the Marlins, 35 for Washington, 34, 34, 34. Cubs, Pirates, Diamondbacks, Padres 35, Cardinals and Phillies 36. I mean, that's 9 teams. 9 teams all within 4 games of each other in the win column, fighting for 3 spots. It is every game this year. Every game is going to matter.
That's why these series are big.
Yeah.
even going into Cincinnati, that's going to be a big one too.
Because at the end of the year, it might come down to tiebreakers. And how'd you do against the Reds? How'd you do against the Cubs? How'd you do against the Marlins?
It happened to us, with the Mets.
For sure, that's a good point.
So
Pavin 0 for 2. Trying to get something on the scoreboard. No runs on 5 hits so far. Curveball didn't get there. 2 balls and a strike. Bacher's also got a pretty effective split. He's got the slider and the curveball. You mentioned the 2 breaking balls. He's got the 4-seam and 2-seam fastballs. He's got some weapons out there. Here's Clayton McCullough, the skipper. Daniel Mosk is the pitching coach.
The D-backs in this inning have 2 little bloop singles, but they're in business right now.
1 out. Oh, Pavin's going to challenge that. He was halfway to first.
Yeah, there's no way this ball was close.
Well, you'll get Perdomo up there with the bases loaded if you get this call overturned. ABS challenge. T-Mobile gives us a look. And Pavin knew it.
Every time I have to challenge this man.
So 3 straight reach against Bacher with 1 out. Moreno singled, Arenado singled, a walk to Pavin. And Perdomo will be the batter. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, you got the right guy up right now. Perdomo, a couple hard hit balls.
Here comes Moscas. Yeah, Jerry lined out his first time, then singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. And here, 1 big swing from making it a ball game again. As we remind you about our race against cancer, you can join the Diamondbacks for the 13th annual Diamondbacks Race Against Cancer. It's presented by Dignity Health Center Cancer Institute. It's all set for downtown again this year. It's going to be at Chase Field. The date is Sunday, September 27. And we know we have a lot of Diamondback fans that participate in this event every year. So check out the date, Sunday, September 27. You can sign up right now. Registrations are open at dbacks.com/race. Chance to get back in this thing. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's Perdomo, 1 for 2.
Oh, that almost got him in the back foot. Perdomo's going to have one of these at bats where he's going to be patient. He's going to get a good pitch. This is the right guy to have up right now,
especially the way he's going right now. 11 hits in his last 24 at bats. Geraldo Perdomo got under this one. Behind second. Here comes Casey from short right. And Gabby's going to have to stay put at third. Casey's got a big time throwing arm out there in right. He was already halfway in anyway.
He's got a howitzer out there.
He really does.
That was one of the few times where Perdomo really tried to swing about as hard as he could. He had a good pitch to hit, and he got a little bit underneath it. Got out of his line drive mode.
Got to make advantage of this opportunity here. Make something out of it. Vargas 0 for 2. D-backs 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position so far. They've not had a lot of traffic on the bases. But they have a chance right here. The slider's a strike. Marlins 8 runs, 10 hits. Diamondbacks no runs, 5 hits. Vargas turned on that sweeper.
He had a good pitch to hit.
That's
right there.
Third deck foul ball. It's up there for somebody if you can get up there.
All right, you got to win this at bat. Need to get a hit with the runner in scoring position.
He started him off with those 2 breaking balls, the slider, the sweeper. It's right there on the steps for somebody.
Yes.
There was one year we made Jody go way up high to get a foul ball like that. Little tapper fortunately trickles foul.
That was the splitter you were talking about. That thing really took off.
Hasn't thrown him a fastball yet. Just junk. Bacher in a bases loaded jam. Activity now behind him in the Marlin bullpen. William Kepner, right-hander. Oh, Vargas with the slider. Bacher gets the strikeout and strands 3. They got bases loaded, 1 out, and cannot score. They've been shut out through 6 and trail at 8-zip.
Go! I'll take a look down on the farm. How about Kason Cunningham, the first-round pick from last year, the minor league player of the month, and he's moved up from Low A Visalia up to High A Hillsboro. Kason Cunningham. He led the Cal League in hitting. He was hitting .381 for the Rawhide when he got called up. And that's our Shamrock Farms Down on the Farm Report. Brought to us by Shamrock Farms.
Hey, always good to see that.
Well, here's Dre Jameson, his second appearance this year after his recall from Reno last week. Got roughed up a bit by the Nationals, but good to get that first one out of the way. And Dre will face the leadoff hitter Liam Hicks to lead off the Marlins 6th. Hicks has been hit by a pitch, singled and tripled. He scored twice. So pretty effective as the leadoff batter tonight. By the way, we're still trying to track down the identity of the dude who took that foul ball. It was snatched between innings.
He did, and he had credentials.
Some intrepid person climbed up there to get it. And he seems to, here it is, this gentleman has a credential. So it might be a member of the crew, it might be a writer. If you've seen this man call, don't call. But he seems, hey, you got to give him an A for effort to get up there. Behind second, Perdomo going out, Waldy coming in, and Walshman is under it. And Jameson's got his first out. They get Hicks out for the first time tonight.
Yeah, nice job by Dre coming in and just throwing strikes, getting the first out. Well, chance to settle in.
Nobody's been able to get this guy out. Otto Lopez, the Major League's leading hitter. He has singled twice tonight. He's got an RBI. He scored a run. Coming off a 3-hit night last night when he scored 4 times. He's just in that sort of happy place where Vargas was all of April. It's 2-3 hits a night.
Everything is hit hard.
Yeah. So this is his tonight is Lopez's 4th consecutive multi-hit game. 4 in a row. Bounces one just by Dre. Marte behind the bag at second. They finally retire Otto Lopez as we check back with Jody. Jody.
Yeah, guys, I talked to Dre Jameson yesterday and just about being back on the mound for the first time since April 26, 2025, when we saw him at Chase Field the other day on Sunday against the Nationals. And you could just see him light up his face, the smile that he had to be able to be back in the big leagues. We know that last year he was limited to just 3 games. Of course, he had the issue with the loose bodies there in the elbow. Eventually, it was Botox in the neck that was able to treat that. I know you guys spoke about that on Sunday, and that's something that essentially treats tennis elbow. But yeah, Dre was just so excited, guys, to be back in the big leagues. It's been such a long road with a couple of injuries, including Tommy John in 24.
Here's Kyle Stowers. Yeah, he missed all of 24, Dre, after he had the Tommy John in September of 23. They did the UCL and the protective brace. So he missed all of the following season. And then much of last year was lost due to that bone spur that Jody mentioned in the right elbow. That finally got resolved, but he was out most of last year as well. Once they got the Botox shot in there, cleared it up, he was able to get back on the mound at least with Salt River. Pitched a bit in the Arizona Fall League. And is now back and healthy and throwing here this year.
Good to see him. It's been not been an easy road for him.
Very trying for sure. And he rings up Stowers on the sweeper. First strikeout for Dre Jameson. It's a 1-2-3 6th. In Miami, it's 8-0 Marlins.
.com/let's talk.
Well, if you're just joining us, it's been a rough one for Ryan Nelson, who only went 4 innings. Owen Casey in the 4th after the Marlins got 1 in the 3rd. It's a line drive rocket. Then later in the inning, Kyle Stowers goes upper tank. It's a 6-run Miami 4th. And as we start the bottom of the 7th inning, here's a look at where those home runs went. All the extra base hits in that 4th inning. They sent 9 men to the plate, got a 6-run 4th. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. A rough one for Nelly. 7 runs, all earned. 8 hits. He went just 4 innings.
A lot of exit velocity, just leaving the bat here.
Here out of Gonzaga University, the right-hander William Kempner, a rookie making only his 5th career major league appearance. Ryan Waldschmidt rolls it to first. Sanoja is there, the Gold Glover, and it's a 1-pitch out for Kempner.
He did 1 pitch, throws a little ball. It just kind of tails. It's 4-seamer, but it's got some tail to it.
Kempner
was
was
an easy out.
Yeah, he was originally a 3rd-round pick by the Giants in 2022 out of Gonzaga. Was traded prior to last season here to the Marlins, basically given away for future considerations. There's another guy that Miami has picked up off the scrap heap and built a bullpen. Tommy Troy now. Tommy 0 for 2.
Actually challenging the ballpark.
Liam Hicks, the catcher. Ramon De Jesus, the umpire. Just nipped the top of the zone. Good eye by Liam Hicks.
Well, kind of a long hold. Sometimes you see pitchers, they come set and they just look at the clock timer before they throw. They just let it wind way down.
Well, a lot of these guys that have pitched in the minors have never not had the pitch timers.
Yeah,
some of them endeavor, they don't even bat an eye.
Yeah.
Kempner spent most of his time in the minors. He was just recalled from their AAA club in Jacksonville at the end of May. His 2nd stint on the Marlins roster this year. Just his 5th career appearance. Good chance to get him some work with an 8-0 lead in the 7th. Diamondbacks have still managed only 5 hits, all 5 of them singles. Another rough night for the offense.
Yeah, not a good night for the offense. The night we were calling for traffic, get guys on, try to get some hitters with hits with runners in scoring position, just not happening.
Kempner at 95 gets it by Tommy Troy. Hicks hangs on to the tip, and he's got his first strikeout.
Just going right after him. Just a hard fastball. He's not fooling anybody. He's coming right at you. Hit it if you can.
His previous 4 appearances, he went 4 2/3 with 5 strikeouts that has yet to give up a run. Cattell in the leadoff spot 0 for 3. Don't see a lot of pitchers come out of Gonzaga.
No, the Zag.
Kempner out of.
Mostly they're basketball players.
Right, yeah. Valley Christian High School in San Jose, California. Willem Kempner. 24 years old. He's got a birthday coming up in about a week. 1-1 on Marte.
I think all the good pitchers come out of St. Mary's.
I'm sorry, what? At least one that I know of, Corbin Burns, right?
There
of course,
you
you're
go.
talking about Corbin. Well, Corbin's number has been retired on their baseball field next to yours, right?
Yeah, that's right. They did his for free, though. I had to pay for mine.
Wait a minute. What? You paid him to retire your number? Is that what you're saying? Little donation to the cause. Behind first, Edwards ranging out to short right, calls off Casey. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Marlins pitching staff. We stretch in Miami, trailing 8-zip.
Michelin, motion for life.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Arizona Diamondbacks and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
No, we do not consent to this. 8-0 Marlins. As we start the 7th, Dre Jameson, after a 9-pitch 6th, is back out there to face Xavier Edwards. The cleanup man leads off the Miami 7th. They've out-hit the Diamondbacks 10-5. They lead at 8-zip.
Oh.
And Dre, with that sinker that runs in, Jimenez batting for Edwards, gets plunked. And he's aboard to start the inning.
Now there's going to be, you got to be a little bit careful right now, because that's been a few of these guys have gotten plunked. And even though they're not intentional.
Ryan Nelson hit 2. He hit Stowers in the 3rd. He hit Hicks in the 4th. Now Jimenez batting for Edwards is plunked to lead off the 7th. And here is Heriberto Hernandez, who has singled and scored his last 2 times up. Jimenez coming in as the pinch hitter. He got the start at third base last night. Here's Hernandez now, the left fielder. And he laces it to left. Tommy Troy makes another sliding grab out there. Boy, he has been terrific in left field.
He certainly has. He got a good jump. This is a top spin line drive. He went right to the ball, went down to get it. What a great play.
Well, the one thing the Diamondbacks have had going for them tonight, Candy, is their defense. Except for the ball that dropped between Tommy and Waldy out there in left center, the defense has been exceptional.
Yeah, just one hiccup, but they've made some tremendous plays. I mean, plays that are taking hits away from the Marlins.
Yeah. Jacob Marcy, the center fielder, has had 2 hits taken away by Diamondback defenders. He doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 3.
Jameson, first pitch, got up there at 97 miles an hour. That was the change. Just kind of floated way off the plate. He's got good velocity.
Well, that's never been an issue for Dre, that's for sure.
No.
Triple-digit fastballs.
Finds himself behind in the count.
Well, he said last week he knows he's got the stuff. He knows his pitches can work. But he also knows it's not about throwing it 100 miles an hour. It's about throwing strikes and getting ahead in the count. He's behind here 3-0.
Yeah, got to control the counts.
That one's in there at 96. So the focus, he says, is try to get to 2 strikes as early in the count as possible. And before he's admitted before he was kind of gripping it and ripping it. He'll just see what happens and getting by with that power fastball. But now he's trying to pitch. And if he can get there, he'll be a real weapon as he loses Marcy. Diamondbacks mini plan is a great way to customize your game schedule. Access to all the Diamondback home games this year. You get big savings off single game rates. You also get a dedicated D-backs representative who will work just with you, walk you through the whole process. You can put together your own 4-game schedule. Great teams still coming into the ballpark. Dodgers, Cubs, Phillies, Yankees. Design your own plan at dbacks.com/mini. And that is a really, really good way to do it. Christopher Morel has had a tough night. 0 for 3.
Again, falling behind. That first pitch breaking ball, couldn't land it.
Yeah. He's trying to mix things up and not be so fastball reliant.
Well, he knows what he has to do. It's just all for him. It's all about executing.
Morel hooks that one foul. Well, they've seen with Dre that he's begun to learn how to pitch. There's a changeup that's in play. There's a better breaking ball that's developing. Torrey's pointed that out. But you got to be able to throw it where you want. You got to fill up the zone, get some weak contact, generate swing and miss. And he's certainly got the stuff to do all that.
Sweeper that time, off the plate in. Sometimes you like to watch the catcher, where Gabby's sitting up, where the glove's going to be, and where the pitch ends up being. That glove a little bit out there. And even that ball, that slider, never really took off to the glove. He landed that on the inside part. Command within the strike zone sometimes.
Morel's up there with a 2-2 count, 0 for 3. Playing first base tonight for the Marlins. It's a pretty deep fly ball to left. Troy in front of the track. Jimenez will tag and hit for third. And that's the second out in the 7th.
Morel really upset. He got a pitch that was up at the top of the strike zone, just a breaking ball that just flattened out. You can see how upset he was there. He missed a pitch.
He's had a tough year. His first season with the Marlins, he got a late start, strained his left oblique on opening day, missed the first month, and is yet to get going here.
You can see Tommy Troy really using his voice that time.
After the one that dropped between him and Waldy earlier. Owen Casey, the right fielder, smoked that home run, part of a 6-run fourth. The homer is 6th of the year. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly his last time up. This is another guy who they figure is a big part of their future. He's only 23. A top prospect, second rounder by the Padres, coming out of high school in Ontario, Canada. Played for Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic. Just a few months after he got drafted, the Padres, as we've talked about, traded one of their top prospects, Casey, to the Cubs. That was part of the deal that sent Yu Darvish to San Diego. Made his big league debut with Chicago, dozen games late last year, and then in January was sent here in a deal for pitcher Edward Cabrera.
Well, he's got a tremendous arm in right field. We've seen that.
Big power as well. Backhanded by Marte with a slick play at second. And Jameson is out of the 7th. We go to the 8th at Lone Depot Park, trailing 8-0.
Start your legacy.
Back in Miami, Diamondback baseball presented by Y-Refi. Steve Berthiaume, Tom Candiotti, and Jody Jackson here. Leo Jimenez, who hit for Xavier Edwards in the bottom of the 7th, is out at second to start the top of the 8th, and Corbin Carroll, the hitter, against the rookie right-hander William Kempner. Kempner coming off a 1-2-3-7. Corbin singled in the first. He's 1 for 3.
That first inning looked promising for the D-backs. Couldn't get a run across.
Yeah, they had back-to-back one-out singles by Corbin and Gabby. Arenado and Pavin struck out against Gusto.
And that's when Gusto settled in after he got those strikeouts.
Yep, set down the next 8 consecutively after the Moreno single in the first. Worked 4 scoreless innings. Lake Bacher worked 2 scoreless. Now Kempner out there for his second inning of work. Diamondbacks have managed only 5 hits, all 5 singles. They did have bases loaded, 1 out in the 6th. Couldn't get anything home. That's been their best chance so far. Another tough night for the offense. It's 3-0 on Corbin to start the 8th.
Boy, all 3 of those pitches nowhere close to the plate.
Don't see anyone warming up in the Miami bullpen. Quiet for the moment. And he won't chase. Here's the challenge from Hicks. Hicks has had a good eye for this so far. Ramon DeJesus, the plate umpire. And T-Mobile gives us a look at this one.
That was overturned. Miami has to challenge again.
Well, Hicks prevents Corbin from walking on 4 pitches. They'll go back in there now with a 3-1 count. Hicks has had a good eye tonight.
Corbin right after that had taken his elbow guard off, his shin guard off. Yeah, put them all back on.
Yeah, get dressed again. Liam Hicks back there.
So now it's 3-1. And there's ball 4.
Now you can take them off.
Go through the whole thing again. So Corbin aboard for the second time. Here's Gabby, who's had another big night at the plate. Boy, he has just really settled into this 3 spot. He singled twice and walked.
All kinds of production there. That's
been aboard all 3 times. Last night he homered in the 4th. Walked in the 7th and 8th innings last night. He's had a great series.
Kepner has a little bit of a strange delivery too. I mean, gets a lot of run on his ball. Almost like a little bit of a mini slinger.
That's the sweeper for ball 1. William Kepner out of Gonzaga, 24 years old. Just his 5th career appearance. Sweeper missed. It's 2 balls and a strike.
See Hicks really tried to bring that ball down on the top of the zone and just slammed the glove down after he caught it.
Runs the fastball in. He's walked Corbin to start the inning. Now behind on Gabby, 3-1 with Arenado on deck.
Well, this is how you get back in games. They got a long ways to go, down by 8 runs, but it starts with walks, getting base runners.
Well, this is what they did last night. Remember, 1 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th to come back and tie it up. Full count, 3-2. Morel holding Corbin on the base at first. And a long set by Kepner. Gabby will call time. Now set for the 3-2.
Gabby had a good pitch too. Fouled it off.
Well, he's done this a lot, Candy. A lot of 2-strike foul balls, extending at bats, seeing a lot of pitches.
Yeah, he's seeing the ball so well right now.
Really grinding these at bats. He's homered in each of his last 2 games. Been aboard 3 times tonight. And Gabby punches it toward Casey in right. He's able to run it down. That's the first out.
Still a good swing. Hit a line drive.
Good at bat.
Yeah.
Arenado 1 for 3. Nolan singled his last time.
Nolan's about due to send one out of here.
Well, as he usually does, he's hooked a few fouls down the left field line. He has singled twice in the series.
Boy, look at his feet move.
Corbin has a knack of trying to make himself as big a distraction as he possibly can. It's not just the speed, it's the threat of that speed. And so he'll tap dance around there. We've seen him do that for years now. He gets kind of a hot foot. Morel holding him on the base at first.
Yeah, it's all about timing. Likes to get his momentum going.
Fights off a fastball on 2-0. There's Clayton McCullough in the background in the Marlin dugout. He's got things going in the right direction for sure. They have made measurable progress here. They put together a pretty athletic young ball club.
They've been impressive so far in these 2 games.
Well, let's see. Last night, Miami had 10 runs on 15 hits. Tonight, they have 8 runs on 10 hits. The offense has been pounding away. Arenado with that back foot kind of backing out of the box. 3 balls and a strike on him.
He is always moving.
Didn't offer, says Paul Clemens. Second walk in the inning issued by Kempner. And there's 2 on and 1 out for Pavin Smith.
Yeah, and even Gabby got to a 3-ball count.
Yeah. Well, the Marlins 2 years ago, they were kind of lost. They won 62. They lost 100. They parted ways with manager Skip Schumacher. And then Clayton McCullough came in here last year with some youngsters starting to mature, and they went from 62 wins to 79 wins, and they finished 3rd in the National League East. And they are very much in the wild card discussion right now on this June 10th. When it kind of seemed here like they might never get things pointed back in the right direction, despite 2 World Series wins on the resume for the organization.
Yeah.
Well, they've got things looking promising here. Pavin Smith 0 for 2 with a walk. Corbin Carroll's at second. Nolan Arenado's at first.
This is who the D-backs really need to get working here is Pavin Smith. Pavin just hitting 125. You need that big left-handed bat in the lineup.
He's only, let's see, 3 for 24 this year, Pavin, since coming off the elbow surgery. That was, of course, prior to the surgery when he played a couple of games in LA to start the year. Swings through the cutter, and it's 0-2. He's got some home cooking here, Pavin from Palm Beach Gardens. 3 doubles, 4 homers in 15 games in this ballpark. But nothing yet in this series. He beat him with a sweeper. 2 outs in the 8th.
And teams just continue to throw him spin. Sweeper that time. Back. I don't think he even threw him a fastball.
Second strikeout for Kepner. A chance for Perdomo. Yeah, just cutters and sweepers there. Got him on 3 pitches. Jerry singled in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. 2 on and 2 out.
Perdomo having another nice night at the plate. A couple line drives. One was caught. One's a base hit. Just missed the big fly last at bat.
Sinker runs away for ball 1. Diamondbacks had singles by Carroll and Moreno in the 1st. A 2-out blue pit by Perdomo in the 4th. Singles by Moreno and Arenado in the 6th, and that has been all the offense. And they are very much for the moment in danger of losing for the 9th time in their last 12 games. They would drop to just 1 game over 500. Jerry swung through that cutter. It's 2-2.
Yeah, he had a good pitch to hit that time. I think sometimes when a hitter swings, they're almost shocked when they don't hit a pitch. I think that was one.
Sweeper didn't sweep. It's a full count. He's already walked 2 in the inning, Kempner. After a 1-2-3 7th. Bullpen still quiet for Miami.
Just keep getting some guys on base. Try to get the big hit.
Runners on the move, and he swings through the cutter again. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts in the inning. No runs for the Diamondbacks. They've been blanked here through 8 in Miami.
DiamondBacks.com.
Andre Jameson out there for the third inning now. He's at 24 pitches. He worked the 6th and the 7th. Wiggled off the hook a bit in that 7th. He'll face the number 9 man, Javier Sanoja, to lead off the Marlins' 8th. Juan Murillo is warming up behind him in the Diamondback bullpen.
Good to see Dre out there getting some work in.
For sure.
Not just an inning or so, but going on to his third inning here.
Well, we might see Murillo depending on how many pitches Dre needs to get out of this 8th. He's got Hicks and Lopez 1 and 2 coming up behind Sanoja, who singled and scored in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. Fly ball to left. Tommy Troy again drifting onto the warning track, and he's got it for the first out as we check in with Tim Ovick and Santan Ford.
Man, it must take a lot of juice to run that thing.
Yeah, you got that right. It sure does.
Well, who pays for it when my logo's up there?
Yeah, you do.
You know, maybe let's turn that thing off till the fans get here.
Well, somebody's turned off the Diamondbacks offense here tonight. They have been able to muster only 5 singles, no runs, 8-0 the score. Liam Hicks, the leadoff hitter, has singled, tripled, and scored twice.
D-backs really got off to that good start too, that first inning. Thought you could get on the board first. I thought that would make a big difference, but
yeah,
once Gusto kind of settled in, I just couldn't rebound.
A little comebacker off the bat of Hicks. Dre's got it, 2 quick outs in the 8th, brings up Ana Lopez, who's been a problem again tonight. The big league's leading hitter. He has singled twice, scored a run, knocked in a run, 2 for 4.
Of course, that big home run by Stowers after that. That really hurt.
Torey Lovullo wants to get an up down here, so Dre will not finish off the inning. They'll go to Murillo to face Lopez, and we'll take a break from Lone Depot Park. Back in a moment on D-backs TV. Eighth inning in Miami, 8-0 Marlins. 28 appearances this year for the right-hander Juan Murillo, who had just 2 outings on the last homestand. Maybe one reason why we're seeing him here with 2 outs in the 8th. He had 1 against the Dodgers last week, then pitched Saturday against the Nationals. He'll get Otto Lopez, who has singled twice.
Well, sometimes Torey just tries to do what he can to keep guys a little bit fresh.
Got to do that.
You just can't let them sit all the time.
Catcher John is vocal.
A lot of challenges tonight.
Yeah, Ramon DeJesus, he's only missed a few. But again, you're talking oftentimes less than an inch. In this case,
Arizona have to challenge.
Barely.
Just barely nipped the top of the zone. Good challenge by Gabby. And the count is 0-1 on Lopez, who's now got multiple hits in 4 consecutive games and 6 of his last 8. He's just stacking up the hits. Waves at a slider, and it's 0-2.
That was an A slider. Had all kinds of tilt to it. That ball went straight down.
He's up to 343, the highest average in the majors.
I'd throw him the same pitch.
Stretch it out a little bit more off the plate, maybe.
Yeah. Just keep it down like that. That's what Gabby's tapping down.
Well, that was down. Change up.
Too far down. Great pitch.
That was the slider you wanted before.
Yeah. Great pitch.
Miami, through 2 games so far, has scored 18 runs on 25 hits. Did he check? No, he did not. Paul Clemens rings him up. Murillo gets the strikeout. They retire Lopez. And that gets us to the 9th inning. Vargas, Waldy, Tommy Troy coming up.
It's been a rough night on South Beach, down 8-0.
Time only at Pizza Hut.
Ninth inning here at Lone Depot Park. Not much to speak of on the Diamondbacks side. A rough night for Ryan Nelson, who gave up 7 earned runs in 4 innings. A couple of long home runs. Diamondbacks have mustered next to nothing offensively. And here is left-hander Cade Gibson, recently recalled from their AAA club in Jacksonville. His second stint to the big league roster this year and his 7th appearance.
Lefty out of the pen. 10 strikeouts in those 8 innings, 8 2/3 innings.
Made 44 appearances out of the Marlins bullpen as a rookie last year. Former 10th round pick out of Louisiana Tech. Ildemaro Vargas gets first look to start off the 9th. And Vargas on the first one. Owen Casey chases this down near the warning track, and he's got it for a 1-pitch out. Jody Jackson standing by. The post-game preview brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Candy and I will have a full highlight recap. Warning you right now, it's going to be mostly Marlins highlights, because there's just been not a whole lot of good to talk about, other than some outstanding play by the infield defense of the Diamondbacks part.
Defense has been great.
Offense has been limited to just 5 singles, all kind of spread out. Waldy 0 for 3. Don't forget, it's a day game tomorrow. We're back early. It is breakfast with the Diamondbacks at 10 a.m. start tomorrow morning. Merrill Kelly in the finale against Tyler Phillips, the right-hander. And if the Diamondbacks look to at least salvage the finale of this series and get this thing turned around, they'll be back down to 1 game over 500. And for the Marlins, they're 2 outs away from clinching their 3rd consecutive series victory. For Miami, this will be their 7th win in their last 8 games.
They've started June with like a ball of fire.
Yeah, they sure have. They will be 22-16 here at Lone Depot Park. That's just about the best home record in the National League. Slider lands. It's 2-2 on Ryan Waldschmidt. Tommy Troy, the on-deck hitter.
Good time for Waldy to get a hold of one. Get that first home run.
It's come close a few times, some warning track balls.
Pretty good curveball he's got. Good shape to it.
Full count, 3-2.
Big breaking ball that time. Sweeper.
Staying alive.
Yeah. He's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches.
Slider, curveball, got the sweeper that time. He's mixed a couple of sinkers in there as well. 8th pitch of the at-bat to Ryan right here. And we'll do it again on 3-2.
Yeah, these are the type of at-bats Torrey likes to see from him.
And he lines it the other way, and that is fair in the corner and right. Ryan Waldschmidt scampers around first, and he'll stop at second, a 1-out double. Just the 6th Diamondback hit tonight.
Boy, first extra base hit, nicely done. That was a great at bat. Saw a bunch of pitches, finally got a ball out over the plate, goes with it. Beautiful swing, right on it from the side. Just kind of scooped that ball and sliced it right inside the line.
One-out runner for Tommy Troy. Tommy 0 for 3 in the 9 spot.
Yeah, let's see if Tommy can follow it up. Have another at bat like Waldy did.
Gibson gets ahead immediately, 0-2. Back-to-back curveballs from the left-hander.
Tell you one thing, no offense likes to be shut out. You'd like to see him score a run.
Well, we'll see if the youngsters 8-9 in the lineup can get it done. Marte on deck. It's 1-2 on Tommy Troy. Rolled to short. Lopez will get the out. Waldy into third, and a chance for Marte.
Sweeper just got a little bit in on his hands.
Well, Cattell had a big night here last night. 3 hits, drove in 3 runs, but 0 for 4 as the leadoff man. Now he'll turn around and bat for the right-hand side.
Some bells going on. I thought Trevor Hoffman was coming in.
Bells, bells.
Always like the matchup with Cattell facing a lefty.
Chop to third. Short hop by Sanoja, and Miami has clinched a series victory. They've taken the first 2 games. Diamondbacks are shut out 8-0. They have lost 9 of their last 12, and they dropped to just 1 game over 500.
Yeah, frustrated. They're getting shut out. This is a game that they really needed to win. Now you lost the series, but just couldn't get the offense going at all.
Well, the Marlins are rolling now. They've won 3 consecutive series. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow morning. We're back with you at 10 o'clock. Marlins have won 7 of their last 8 games. 8-0 the final here. Post-game show is coming up next. Jody Jackson standing by. She'll join us right after this short break from Miami.